Hi friends, Miss Blaine here. Sorry my video's late today. I kind of just forgot about it. But I looked at our e-learning plans and it's still all about living things, and it talks about trees and seeds and how they grow. And I thought it would be cool to show you. I walked around my yard and I found a few of these helicopter seeds and they fell from my tree, which is really cool but also annoying because sometimes these little trees start growing everywhere and I have to walk around and pull them out. So I thought these were so cool, and I love the way when I drop them, it like helicopters. And this is from the tree right there. It also drops a lot of seeds in the ground, and that's how it helps produce more trees in the world, which is something we always need. And this is a little tree sapling. So it was growing out of my ground, but I didn't want it there, so I pulled it out. So that's what a little one looks like. So I have a super cool book. It's one of my favorites, and it's called Who Will Plant a Tree? And it talks a lot about how seeds can get moved all around so that trees can grow everywhere. Because we don't want trees in just one spot. We want as many trees as possible. So who will plant a tree? I wonder who will plant a tree. Last fall, a squirrel buried an acorn. He didn't know it yet, but he planted an oak tree. See this? Seed stuck to the messy fur of a bear eating an apple. He didn't know it, but he tripped and a seed fell off and he planted a apple tree. A goose migrated with a chestnut burr stuck to her feathers. So it's going to carry it from one place to another. Miles away, the burr came off and she planted a chestnut tree. A dolphin pushed a coconut through the ocean currents. The coconut floated to an island and a palm tree grew. Ants marched a pine nut down their tunnel. They didn't know it yet, but they planted a pine tree. So far we're learning lots of animals are very helpful in planting trees. That's why it's important we protect animals. Sometimes we forget all the special things they do. A cherry seed got stuck on the tail of a wild horse. She swished her tail, a seed fell, and grew into a cherry tree. This book reminds me of how bumblebees spread pollen to other flowers. They have to move it all around. That's kind of how these animals help plant seeds too. A beaver used his sharp teeth to chomp, chomp, chomp. Crash! Maple trees were planted along the riverbank. And that is the seed that I showed you guys. And I have a really big maple tree in my yard. So these come from a maple tree. And the reason that it kind of helicopters is so that it can fly through the air and get taken away and get moved to different parts. Super interesting. Playful monkeys throw figs at each other. They planted a fig tree. Stop! Don't throw the food. Fun fact, when the monkeys poop, it carries seeds too. A moose got a pear branch stuck in his antlers. He walked and planted a pear tree. An owl swallowed a mouse that had been eating elm tree seeds. Gulp. Later, the owl coughed up an owl pellet and an elm tree grew. So this looks just like the owl I've been telling you about that lives in my tree. So I wonder if he's helping plant the trees that I look at every day. In the Amazon River, a Haku ate floating fruit. It pooped the seeds and trees were planted along the river. A camel chewed some dates and spit the seeds out. He turned it into a date tree. A wren flies her nest with a juniper berry in her beak. She drops it, planted a juniper tree. A teacher taught her students all about trees. They went on a field trip and planted trees. What fun! Wait a second. Whoop. Did an elephant plant a tree? So I wonder, do you realize what did the elephant leave? You're right, he left some poop. What do you think could be in that poop? It's probably some seeds. So let's see. Turn to someone that's near you and see if you can remember all the different animals that helped. I remember fish. You remember the owl too? And the squirrels? And why do they need to take the seeds from one place and move it to another? You're right, it's so that the trees can grow all over the world. So the trees rely on the animals and the animals rely on the tree. It's a beautiful thing. I encourage you guys to go out, and one thing that I like to do a lot is take some leaves and put a piece of paper over it with a crayon, and you guys can make some tree rubbings or leaf rubbings. I don't have any paper on me, otherwise I'd show it to how to do it now, but maybe I'll make another video in a little bit. Anyways, love you guys. Bye.